This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Uncovering Classic Rock Albums, Kiss, Creatures of the Night, by Marco André Briones. Introduction to the Uncovering Classic Rock Albums series. Dear reader, the idea of creating this series came to me one day when I was talking to my friend, Marta Secco, about rock music, and she suggested that I should start writing about the subject. Because she knows how much I like it, besides having a vast collection of books and DVDs about the most varied bands and artists. The other motivating factor for the conception of the series, called Uncovering Classic Rock Albums, came about through an old friend of mine, Marcello Avedician, who sent me a post through Facebook, asking me to list my 10 favorite albums without making any kind of comment. I replied that it would be impossible for me to do that, as I would have a lot more than 10 albums to choose from, and, above all, I would like to explain why they are so special for me and tell the story and origin of each of the songs. Thus, the concept of the series sprouted in my mind. I also realized that, although I really enjoy discovering new artists, bands, albums, and musical styles, some albums always end up being listened to again, like dear friends returning after a long trip. I consider that those who will be part of this series are my longtime partners, who have been with me for decades, through moments of joy and sadness. They have always been by my side, to celebrate moments of happiness or comfort me in my pain in times of suffering. In this way, I thought that doing so would be a meaningful way to repay so many good moments and hours of company that I have had during all these years. It would be a small tribute to my favorite artists and the albums that have marked my life the most. Attentive readers will note that I don't necessarily pick each artist's most famous or best-selling albums. Sometimes that will happen, but the choice was made because they are those who are special to me, having entered my personal life in a very intense way and being part of my musical formation until today. I adopted some criteria to elaborate this series. Each artist will have only one selected album. I start with a technical sheet mentioning the musicians involved and the tracks on the album. Next, I describe the origin of the album, where and how it came about. Then, I make a detailed analysis of each of the tracks, ending the volume by discussing the legacy left by the piece of work of the chosen artist. Some links will also be made available at the end so that you can hear and see the artists in question performing the songs mentioned in the book. I currently have the following titles already published and available, which are part of my first volume of analyzed albums: The Beatles, The White Album; Rush, Permanent Waves; U2, The Joshua Tree; The Police, Synchronicity; Deep Purple, Made in Japan; Marillion, Clutching at Straws; Van Halen, 1984; Tears for Fears, The Seeds of Love; Genesis, A Trick of the Tail; Black Sabbath, Paranoid. The titles of the second volume are already being published on the following albums: Radiohead, Kid A, already published; Pink Floyd, The Wall; Peter Gabriel, Us; John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band; Queen, The Game, already published; Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind, already published; The Smiths, The Queen is Dead; Kiss, Creatures of the Night, already published; Supertramp, Breakfast in America, already published. This ebook is my simple tribute, as well as a way of saying thank you for the years of joy and companionship that Kiss's enduring work has given me. I hope that after reading this volume, you will be able to listen to Creatures of the Night again with a new understanding and appreciation, knowing the stories and inspiration behind each of the tracks. I'm sure you'll listen to it indifferently and, who knows, maybe it will also accompany you for the rest of your life. I wish you a good musical journey. Marco André Briones. marcoandrebriones@gmail.com. Sao Paulo, April 20.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.